job. You have one purpose here.
Okay, so I was always wondering about this, based on your work in the studio. Aside from yourself, who would be your favourite person to work with on the show? If you had one.
I'm just listening to this song and just taking it in. I'm sorry. Like, I embarrassed you. Like, I was doing this, on a separate note, I was doing this one panel at Anime Expo, and there probably were 4,000 or 5,000 people, like, in this one panel room. And I was telling a story, and then all of a sudden some janitorial guy came out. He was pushing a trash can on wheels, and it was making so much noise, and all of us just stopped and watched him for a while as he went all the way across. It was like this. And then finally he stopped and he noticed that we were staring at him, and then he started going faster. Let's see, what was your question? I totally forgot what it was. Oh yeah, favorite person to work with. Well, if you ask any of the actors, I would say I love working with all of them. But some of my favorites to work with are Travis Willingham he's a good friend of mine. I love him. I love working with Laura Bailey. She played Kid Trunks. Justin Cook, he was the voice of Super Boo and Raditz, and he's a really close friend of mine. Eric, the guy who plays Eric Vale, he plays Trunks. I mean, I really like working with most everybody except for Sean Schemmel. I like working with Sean. Sean has a difficult time working because he's always so paranoid about whether it's going to be good or not, or whether his voice is in the right shape. Like, I told someone earlier today that Sean and I are very much like Vegeta and Goku, except we're more like Vegeta and Piccolo. And I'm Piccolo and he's Vegeta, because he's always like paranoid or angry or ticked off about something. And I'm just like, just let it go, man. Sweet. Yes, Randall.
Have you ever used your voice acting talents for mischief? Like, have you ever called?
Yes, all the time. When I was growing up, that's all I did. Like, when I was a kid, there was no caller identification of any sort. You could literally pick up a phone book, call any phone, and no one ever knew who it was. So I was obsessed with it. And one of my favorite things, one of my buddies in high school had a 2-line phone set. His dad had a home office, and at that time you're like, what? 2 phone lines? You connect them together? So what I would do is I'd call 2 people in my high school that hated one another, and I'd call one of them and pick up, and while the phone was ringing, I'd call the other one and I'd just conference them together. So I didn't even have to use my voice at all. It would just go, it was just like, hello? Hello? Who is this? Who is this? What, you called me? No, you called me. Is this Sarah? Is this James? Why you calling me? I didn't call you. You called me. It was so fun. But I think the time I used my voice, like, I've used my voice for mischief a lot. The only time I've used it for the powers of good was one time I was sitting on a plane flying home, and I could see. You know how sometimes you can sit in an airplane seat and you can see between the seats in front of you and watch what somebody's doing in front of you? It's pretty voyeuristic and creepy, but some dude was on his laptop, and I just happened to notice that this guy's like on OkCupid and Tinder and all these dating websites, right? Except he was being really creepy on it. Like he had all of them open, and he would copy and paste the same text onto each picture for each girl that he would talk to, and he would just sort the photographs by who was most likely to respond fast enough. And he'd go like, where are you from? And they go, I'm from Addison. And then he'd like quickly open Google Maps or something and go, oh, that's weird. I'm from Richardson, right next to Addison. We should hang out. And I watched him just do this to multiple people. And he set up all these dates with these people. So I thought, I'm going to destroy this guy. So I probably looked like an insane person, like squinting between the seats at one point. And I copied down all the phone numbers of all of the people that he had contacted, as well as his email address. And on my drive home from the airport, I would call one of them and be like, is this Sarah? She'd go, like, are you going on a date with Jim tomorrow, whatever his name was? And she'd go, yes. Like, He's not the person you think he is. This is your only warning. Apple Store, and I logged into one of the computers, and I signed into a bogus email address, and I emailed him, and I said, I know everything you're doing, and I will destroy you if you continue to do it. So hopefully it stopped. That guy was super creepy.
Did he email back?
No, he didn't. I'm sure he was scared. I'm sure he was scared the minute somebody had canceled all 10 of his dates, and he was.
Or the moment he could hear someone breathing over his
Yeah, I'm sure he was sweating pretty hard. Let's see.
What about the, right at the back, yeah?
What is your opinion on Dragon Ball GT?
It exists. Actually, it's a good. It really is an entertaining show. I just had gotten to the end of Dragon Ball Z, and somebody told me that Akira Toriyama didn't have much to do with GT or anything at all. He was like, "Please let me die. Like, please kill me. I don't want to do anymore." And they said, "Fine, we'll do it ourselves." So I said, I need to take a break. I can't direct any more Dragon Ball after that. So they let Chris Bevins direct it, and he really did a good job. For what it's worth, he did an excellent job dubbing the show. You know, at least it's not Dragon Ball Evolution. So I should say that over the past couple of years, actually just the past year, I've become friends with James Marsters, the guy who played Piccolo. Not only is he a massive, and has been a massive Dragon Ball Z fan, he's actually a very, very cool guy. And I had always wanted to meet him. And Sean Schemmel, the guy who plays Goku, was at a convention one time, and he said, "Oh, James Marsters is here, the guy from Dragon Ball Evolution." I'm like, "Go talk to him." And he goes, "No, I can't. He's just sitting by himself." I'm like, "Go talk to him." I said, use me as an excuse. Like, go say he said he has to meet him. He goes, "I don't know what I talk about." I'm like, "Ask him about Evolution. I'm sure it's a great story." And it is a really good story, because I feel really bad for that guy. Because Dragon Ball Evolution was, on paper, the most brilliant thing. It had an incredible Chinese director, Stephen Chow, who have you heard of Kung Fu Hustle by chance?
Yeah.
Like one of the best Chinese movies. In fact, probably one of the best movies I've seen. Like top 10 movies. It's so good. So he was supposed to be the director of that film. And so I'm sure James has told me he immediately signed on the dotted line. Didn't even matter. And it was supposed to be this $20 million film, and it ended up being nothing close to that, and the director dropped out, and so he was sort of stuck, and he was doing everything he could to make it work. So I've been trying to work with him to find some way of giving him some sort of Dragon Ball redemption. And now that Super is here, maybe that will happen. So if you hear anything about that, give him lots of love. For me. Yes.
Yeah, hi again.
Hello again.
Okay, so what do you like about Piccolo the most? What does he mean to you, and who's your favorite?
I like the fact that he can regenerate.
Yeah.
I like the fact that he can hear really well. I like the fact that he's the best father in the series. He has no children, which is weird. Piccolo was always a confusing character to me because we didn't dub Dragon Ball first. We dubbed Dragon Ball Z first, then went back and dubbed Dragon Ball, and I was like, oh, I get it now. So he was a kind of a confusing character, and I think he's confusing even for Akira Toriyama too. I just don't feel like Piccolo's backstory is robust enough for me to kind of get into. He's popped out of an egg and that's it. But yeah, I do like him. He's cool. He's one of the coolest characters. If anything, I feel like he's the black character of the show. If there was one, you know what I mean? I'm in Europe. Normally I would say the African American character, but I guess that wouldn't work here. He's just cool. He's someone I would want to of all of them. I probably want to hang out with him the most because he's just really relaxing. He likes green stuff. So yes.
If you had a wish for the Dragon Balls, what would you wish for?
Well, now I've got to come up with a new one because it used to be more episodes of Dragon Ball, and it turns out we got that. So my wish was already granted. Let's see. the next one, mine would be, let's see. God, man, now I can't think of it. It was such an easy answer before, and now you totally screwed with me. I haven't had that. Darn, I don't know how to do this. Let me think on that one. It could be like a clean, renewable energy, or lots of money. Actually, lots of money. Like infinite amounts of money. Then I'll invent clean, renewable energy. Yes, right behind.
Do you have any like tattoos or memos or something specifically related to the series that you keep in your house?
I have probably one of my favorite. I have a lot of favorite things and Dragon Ball related. One of them is I got a Yamcha action figure, and it's dead Yamcha. Have you seen it? I'm not even kidding. It's him like he's totally slumped over like he was in the crater when he gets killed by the Cybermen or whatever. And it's you can put him in the middle of a pie, and he looks perfect. Let's see. Right after one of the movies, probably my second favorite thing is that Sean Schemmel bought me a gold-plated PS4 that has 9001 written on the controller. And he sent, like, the note he sent with it said, "Dear Vegeta, Dear Vegeta, I was in the hyperbolic time chamber and figured out a way to get you a PS4 or something like that, like from Goku," which is pretty cool. And now my newest prized possession is I was in Tokyo 3 weeks ago, and the guys from Banpresto, the people who make a lot of the coolest Dragon Ball toys, I had dinner with them, and they gave me a gift that apparently they were really, really excited to give me, and I had no idea what it could possibly be. And now I'm going to use a demonstration of what this is. I have to show it to you. Yes, they had a sculptor take one of the Dragon Ball figures and turn it into me. So that's now my new favorite Dragon Ball. It is super creepy and it's amazing. And then we ate this beef, which also looks creepy, and it was amazing.
Do you think it's kind of annoying how they just made like Vegeta and Goku just like so powerful? Like obviously like Gohan at the end of the day was like one of the most powerful characters, if not the most powerful. And now in Super and in the two movies that they've made since, it's just basically Goku and Vegeta are okay. Like don't worry about anything, just Goku and Vegeta will just fix it.
Yeah, that's one of the inherent problems in that show. And if you want a show that is going to really mix that up. I'm sorry I'm using this moment to promote something that I promise you guys will love. It's Funimation's new show called My Hero Academia. Have you guys seen that? I play a character called All Might, and he is like this huge... If you ever liked Alex Louis Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist, he's kind of like that, except he's drawn like a Western superhero. It's an amazing show, and that manga and the series totally breaks all the rules of like the typical shonen stuff, the typical only the hero's going to be the one that saves everybody formula. It's really good. I highly recommend anyone reading it or watching it as it comes out.
Fantastic. We've got time for just a couple more questions.
Out of the three characters that you play, what is your favourite aura attack that they use?
It'd be Yamcha's Wolfang Fist, of course. Because I have no idea what it does. Like, it's just really silly to say. And actually, no. My favorite attack would be I play Raccoon as well, and it's let's see. No, wait. I play Jace as well. Wait, which one is? I just went blank. Crusher Ball is another good one. That's Jace. Yes, I love Crusher Ball. I like way too many of their attack moves, honestly. Big Bang Attack I like, and I'm just gonna start listing them all out. Sorry, I can't pick just one. That's impossible. Yes, you pick it.
No, we've got time for one. Go on, Chris, pick one last.
Oh, I can't do it. It's too much pressure on me. Michael Jackson jacket, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I was just going to ask you, would you mind saying Raccoon King?
Oh, yeah. Every time I did a character Raccoon, a little bit dumber every time. To the point where my engineer once said, Chris, that's getting like almost offensively dumb. Raccoon King!